At Woodland School, everyone is excited. All over the place, small and big, daring or more refrained animals are writing on maple tree leaves their dreams for the future. It is the day of the wishes. Miss Deer, their teacher, asked them to write on maple tree leaves their dreams and then let them float on the river's water. Every wish, even if you spell it or keep it to yourself, will get carried away by the river's float until it's her time to be fulfilled. Come, little ones, there is enough room for everyone's wishes. The time has come for every little animal to vocalize his wish and then let it flow. I wish to be the fastest climber, says the little square. And then he launched his maple tree leaf in a spectacular jump. I wish to be a chef, says the little bear, while he's licking a honeycomb. He's trying to release his leaf, but it gets stuck on his sticky paws. I will be a tailor, says the hedgehog trustingly. With my needles, I will create the most amazing outfits for all the creatures of the earth. Socks for snakes, mittens for owls, dresses for weasels, and trousers for caterpillars. He's taking few steps like he's walking on the catwalk, and then he releases his leaf in a graceful movement. It's the snail's turn. Even if he moves as fast as he can, he approaches slowly, very slowly. The others are getting impatient. He should be the last one, a voice whispers from behind. I wish to travel, to visit undiscovered worlds, to discover. In your rhythm, snail, all you will discover is the fern around the corner, says the badger ironically. All the other animals are laughing out loud. The snail is hesitating. What if the badger is right? Says a voice in his head. To travel is what you want. You, the slowest in the forest. This leaf is a lie. The snail is preparing to throw his leaf. Not in the river's water, but as far away from it. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on yourself, says Miss Deer approaching. She's catching the leaf and she's returning it to the snail. Then she helps him to release it on the river's float. Every wish will come true if you truly, truly want it. Anything is possible if you want it. Follow me, says the teacher. She's taking out from her bag a very interesting object. It is made from walnut tree leaves, all tied together. On each page, letters by different sizes and shapes seem to play a game, a knowledge game. This is a book, says Miss Deer with a warm voice. By reading it, you can travel wherever you want to go. It only depends on you. What kind of experience do you want to have? But I can assure you that by reading, you will transform. And at some point, You will get your own travel. The snail is taking the book and is looking at it, very confused. Excuse me, mister, but I don't understand. How can these leaves tied together help me travel? Is it possible that they are sewn with the same thread that Aladdin's carpet is sewn with? Miss Deer is smiling. She loves this sincere and curious little being. She takes a seat on the soft forest moss next to the snail, and then she opens carefully the book. Then she starts reading. Leo is a little lion who lives in the African savannah. Every word carries the little snail in a new, unexpected adventure. Letter by letter, page by page, today's reader becomes tomorrow's traveler. Thank you.
I want to say that I've learned today that you can make socks for snakes. And that is an amazing thing to know, that snakes can wear socks. But jokes aside, today we've listened to an absolutely amazing story written and performed by Iulia Moldovan in this evening. A story about traveling and about how reading can help us become better and travel. That being said, I think you did an amazing job at delivering this story. And I think you did a great job using the power of your voice and of your emotions in your speech, sticking a lot of times to awe and surprise and dropping down to place a little bit of doubt and quieter voices when needed, when problems occurred with the characters and when things had to be solved. And I want to congratulate you on your use of your voice today in the speech to keep us all engaged. That was very, very good, and I absolutely loved it. I also want to congratulate you on your rich use of language. You actually used a lot of creative expressions. I mentioned socks for snakes before. This leaf is a lie. I mean, I'm taking over what the grammarian's normally going to tell you, but you had a lot of decorative expressions, especially in the introduction and in the first half of your speech when you were setting the stage. I think that helped in getting us engaged and in taking us into the story so that we could follow along and understand what's going on. That being said, I think it was really easy to follow. It was a very simple story. The snail was late. He's slow. He wants to travel. He can't. And the teacher helps him by showing him how to read. I think the one place where you can improve this story is regarding the conclusion. I felt like there was not a lot of resolution to the story. The teacher showed up. It told the snake what it had to do and how reading worked, but it didn't really feel like the snake learned the snail learned anything. One way you could do this a little bit better is tie up the conclusion with some experience of the snake before, right? He was late. The story might be about being late or about something interesting. Or there's some characteristic that the snake shows up and expresses in his language, and the story at the end, even though it is about travel, links back to that little setup that you would set up before. That would help fill in the story and on a much stronger conclusion that rounds everything up. And it feels like, hey, the problem wasn't just solved out of thin air. The problem was related to the character. I repeat, I think it was really engaging. You used your voice very well, and you had a great use of creative expressions to decorate your speech. I think you can work on the composition just a little bit so that it doesn't feel like the problem just gets solved out of thin air. Thank you.